Hi friends, in today's video I'll talk about the 12th house of your birth chart and how it is actually very much connected to your spouse, partner, to your marriage or partnership, how it is connected to that. It's going to be a very interesting video. Do not miss the introduction of the video, friends. That's very important. Now, first of all, you know the 7th house of the birth chart is the house of partnership, relationship, marriage. It is the house of your partner, your spouse. Now, 6th from the 7th house is the 12th house. So, 12th house is 6th from the 7th house. So, 12th house is actually the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage, partnership. It shows that. Now, 12th house is also considered to be the house of karmic debts. Karmic debts, and it is also the house of it is a house which shows what you need to, what you owe people. So that is why it is also considered, it is also concerned with spending of energy, loss, any kind of loss, spending of money, resources, anything, all kinds of losses, because it is also in a way the house of karmic debts. Now, it is the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage or partnership, because it is 6th from the 7th house. What is Prarabdha Karma? Prarabdha Karma is that kind of karma which you have to face in this life. There is no escape from that. It is part of that Sanchita Karma from your past lives, okay, which is going to manifest itself, or which you are going to experience in this present life, in the present body, in the present incarnation in this life. You have got this present body because you have to face that Prarabdha Karma actually. So it is basically the cause of your birth or existence in a way. So it is very important. It is something which cannot be avoided. Okay, you have to face that karma in this life. That means the 12th house can show what all you have to face after your marriage, because of your marriage, because of being in a relationship with somebody. What all you have to face now because of that. So definitely it can show all the trials, tribulations, problems, obstacles, conflicts that can happen even with your partner. All the problems that you're going to face in life, all challenges that are going to come about, or that are going to come forth, which you have to face after your marriage or after you are in a sort of relationship. So all that which you have to face now. And here relationship, by relationship I mean committed relationship or marriage. So that is what the 12th house shows. Okay? The struggles, all kinds of struggles maybe after marriage. Whatever you'll have to face. So all that is shown by actually the 12th house. Alright. Now, what it is also the house of it can also show the efforts that you're going to make after marriage, your hard work, everything, how you will spend your energy also. Yes, how you're going to spend your energy. So definitely your efforts, your struggle, your hard work after marriage or after you're in a committed relationship, that also can be seen from the 12th house. So the 12th Lord, now we will look at the 12th Lord from this particular perspective. I hope you know, friends, that every birth chart or horoscope has 12 houses. Okay? Just as the first house is the house which stands for yourself, your life. Okay? It is the Lagna. The house which is 12th to the first house, it stands for surrender, self-surrender, devotion, spirituality, even charity, helping others, spending your energy, making efforts, fulfilling other people's expectations, and so on. All that is connected to the 12th house. And we all know that 12th house is also connected to foreign lands, investments, expenditure, loss, all kinds of losses, etc. So now we will look at the 12th Lord, the Lord of the 12th house, from this perspective. That the 12th house is a house which is the house of Prarabdha Karma of your marriage or partnership. So now when the 12th Lord will go to a certain house of your birth chart, what results you will get. Should you look at the 12th Lord only from your Lagna chart? Perhaps no. You should also look at the 12th house from your moon chart. The moon chart is very important because the moon chart is the chart of your intentions, of your mindset. It shows your mental temperament, your mindset. It shows your inclinations. It shows what is going to drive you in life. It is also, the moon chart is also connected to the events which are going to manifest in your life, because it is the moon, it is the mind which drives you to do everything in life. So moon chart is very important. The Lagna chart is important because it shows, it is the chart of the self, your life path. So all that is shown by the Lagna chart. Even it is also connected to the events of your life. But we cannot deny that the moon chart is very important. And whenever we look at transits of planets also, we consider the moon chart. That is also very significant. So you have to look at the 12th house from the moon chart. So wherever your moon is placed, say if your moon is placed in Virgo, then your 12th Lord will be Sun, because in the house 12th to the moon, moon is in Virgo, so in the house which is 12th to the moon, you will have the sign of Leo. Then Sun will be the Lord of your 12th house. So it will be the 12th Lord in your moon chart. So look at your moon chart also, where the 12th Lord is going, in which house it is going. And also look at your D1 chart or Lagna chart, where your 12th Lord is going, in which house. Alright? So that is very important. Say in the Lagna chart, in the ascendant you have the sign of Gemini. Then what will you have in the 12th house? In the 12th house you will have the sign of Taurus. then the lord of your 12th house for a Gemini ascendant will be Venus, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. So you have to find out where Venus is placed in the chart, in which house, in the D1 chart. So look at both your D1 chart and moon chart. Alright. So now let's begin the discussion. Before beginning, do subscribe to the channel, friends, and press the all notification bell. And also one more thing. A few people have been commenting that the video goes a little slow, like the way I speak is a little slow. So for them I would like to tell something. My dear, this is not fast food, okay? Or it is not 2-minute noodles that you will just order and it will be served to you on the plate, okay? This is astrology. I'm talking about people's lives, and I don't have a script before me from which I'm reading out, okay? So I cannot play with others' lives. So this is not fast food. So it requires a lot of deliberation, thinking, and I have to take responsibility for using words or for making observations. This is something, it's not a joke, it is a serious matter. Okay, astrology is connected to people's lives. So please don't make such comments, and even if you make, I mean it's not going to make any difference to my way of delivering. Anyway, so now friends, let us get started. What will happen when the 12th lord of your chart is in the first house? Alright, so after marriage, whatever struggle, trials, tribulations, problems, because remember that 12th house is 6th from the 7th house. So what is the 6th house energy? We know it is that of all trials, tribulations, problems. So all that now you can have to face in life, that Prarabdha Karma. So after marriage, if that will now depend how the planet is placed in the first house. Say if there is a aspect of a benefic like Jupiter also on the first house, then maybe you will be able to handle the problems, struggles, difficulties with grace and with knowledge, and you will have the blessings of the divine. Alright, so it's like that. So if benefics are aspecting, benefics like Jupiter, a benefic Venus, 5th lord, 9th lord, they are aspecting the first house, then it's going to be manageable. But then you will have to deal with the problems, certain problems which you may have to face after marriage or after being in a committed relationship. It could be anything, conflicts with your person, it could be anything, challenges, struggling with work, anything, financial problems. Alright, so that will happen if it is in the first house. You'll have to face all of that now. You have to face that. Okay, a lot of expectations from you after marriage. You'll have to fulfill a lot of expectations. Your partner may have a lot of expectations, family members. So you may feel that you are kind of, like people are actually expecting so much from you, so you are under pressure. All that you may feel. Alright, so when the 12th lord is in the first house, now if malefics are there, malefics like Rahu, and Rahu's dispositor is also not well placed, then the situation can get worse also, because Rahu tends to magnify all of that. So all of that things, problems can get magnified. You may be confused also. Rahu causes illusion and so on. So like that you have to interpret. Okay? Yeah. Now, the first house is the house of the self, the ego. So it's possible that there could be ego clashes with the partner. It's possible. Right? Also, it is in the first house. Then be careful. After all, in the Kalpurush Kundli, you have the sign of Aries in the first house. So don't make any abrupt decisions. Don't make any impulsive decisions. Don't take any impulsive actions. Especially after your marriage or after you're in a committed relationship, don't act impulsively regarding certain things. Maybe you are in certain problems, or you're in a state of trouble and you act impulsively. That can happen. So you should actually avoid doing that. Okay? Your daily work, routine work after marriage, you'll have to, see to it that, and it is also it is a sixth from the seventh house. So it could be your partner's work. Okay? So that you need to support your partner so that they can work hard on a daily basis. But yes, there can be struggles. Even you may also have to face certain struggles. Maybe you're making efforts, a lot of efforts to connect with your partner, to connect with your in-laws. That can also happen after your marriage. That's possible. Okay? So how will you deal with that Prarabdha Karma after your marriage or after you're in a relationship? So you have to deal with that by following the path of ethicality and morality, because it is the first house, the part of the Dharma trine. So follow the path of ethicality, be morally upright, and deal with all that problems, trials, tribulations. Okay? Try to gain knowledge, even self-realization, and connect with your inner self also, your intuition. Develop your power of intuition, and then you'll be able to deal with all those problems in a better way. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 12th lord from the D1 chart or the moon chart goes to the second house. Now, after marriage, a lot of karma attached to your family. It's possible. Okay? So, after marriage, also, you will have to continue. You will have to continue to look after your family. You will have to continue to look after your family. It's possible. Also, there could be, you can gain wealth after marriage. You should consider especially to, you should make investments and all that can enable you to gain wealth. Okay? So, if you make investments, you can gain wealth. So, because you may face financial problems also. That is also possible. Then you have to consider making, either you have to move to a foreign land to earn wealth. Okay, that's possible. Or you have to connect with work for some foreign-based company to earn wealth. Okay? Or you have to take recourse to some sort of investment strategies in order to gain wealth. So all that you may have to do, and you may have to spend a lot of energy also, it's possible, in gaining wealth. Okay, but if you connect with your intuition, if you're moving towards the occult, or if you're moving towards healing practices, spiritual practices, occult practices, then you can gain wealth. So you can consider doing all of that, especially after your marriage. I mean, if you do all of that, it can help you, or after you're in a committed relationship. Now, in the second house. Second house is the house of your own values. Okay? So, because of your own values, the values that you have, because of that, you may enter into conflicts with your person. It's possible. Because 12th Lord, the Prarabdha Karma of marriage or committed relationship, all that you have to face, it could be conflicts, problems in the relationship, making efforts to connect with your person, struggling. So all those conflicts, they may stem from the basic difference in your value systems. That is also possible. Alright? So yeah, and also maybe because of your speech, there can be problems, more problems with your partner, your value systems, your speech. So be careful. Or because you give a lot of importance to your own family also, there can be problems. All of that. Now, even food related issues. So what kind of food you take, anything. It could be the cause of it could be behind some conflict. There's some conflict which may come up after you get into a committed relationship with your partner. So conflict can revolve around these things. I mean, the cause behind the conflict could be connected to your values, speech, your family, even food and all of that. It could be even addictions. Yes, any sort of addictions. That also could be the cause of conflict. So all these things we can say. Now, second house is part of the Earth trine. So you should try to work hard, make efforts to accumulate wealth and resources. That you have to do. So you need to really work hard, spend your energy. Okay? Spend your energy in gaining wealth. It's very important to accumulate resources now. You have to understand that. So you have to spend your energy in thinking, in actually trying to gain wealth. Maybe for that you have to travel. Maybe you'll have to move to a foreign land. Anything can happen. Maybe you'll have to work for some foreign-based company, or you'll have to do investments, or you can get into occult and spiritual practices, I told you. All that can benefit you. Even psychology can benefit you. Any sort of research investigation can benefit you and help you in gaining wealth. Alright? So now let's move on to what will happen when the 12th Lord will go to your third house. Third house, as per the Bhavad Bhavam concept, it is second from the second house. Third house is second from the second house. So, it is also the house of your values. It can also be connected to your speech, communication. So problems with the partner because of your speech, because of the way you communicate with them, because of your own values, those values which you have acquired from your family, from your environment. Your upbringing is responsible for the kind of values that you have. or that you carry with yourself. Alright? So, because of all that, now you may get into conflict with your person, because your person may have very different values and they may not be able to connect with you. So some problems in communication also, it's possible. But if the 12th Lord is in the 3rd house, it is also considered to be somewhat good. You know why? Because the 3rd house is also a mildly malefic house. It is also a mild dusthana or trik bhava. So even if, so if 12th Lord is in 3rd house, it can show that you will make a lot of efforts now. Because 3rd house is the house of efforts again. 12th Lord is also connected to spending of energy and even resources, everything. Now, but you can, if you are hardworking, you will do very well. Especially after your marriage. You may have to travel a lot, it's possible. Alright? You may get into foreign trading. For your profession, you will have to travel a lot. For your work, you may have to do a lot of research, investigation. Now, all of that you'll have to do, especially after your marriage. After your marriage, when, the 12th Lord comes to the 3rd house. 3rd house is itself the house of efforts. So you will make efforts to deal with those problems, struggles in the relationship. So you will keep on making efforts. So now if some benefics are connected to the 3rd house, it will be good. You'll be blessed and you'll be able to make efforts and you'll be able to come out of your problems, troubles in the relationship, the struggle that you're engaged in. Struggling with work, with finances, with your partner, any kind of struggle. Or even with in-laws. So all that struggle you can deal with them if some benefic is aspecting the 3rd house or 3rd Lord, or even the 12th Lord is aspected by benefics, then you can do that. Okay, you will make efforts. So, yeah, and 3rd house is also the house of courage. So, parakram, courage. So you will have the courage to face all those struggles, problems, challenges. It gives you that courage, that willpower also to deal with all of that. So it is more or less, you can say it's not a very bad placement, because you will deal with all of that. But one thing, you need to be careful about your speech, about the way you communicate. That is important. And you have certain values, but you have to remember that after marriage, if you're in a committed relationship, it's all about compromise also. So that's also something which you have to keep in mind. And then the journey will be smooth with your partner. Alright, so yeah. So 3rd house is also part of the Kama Trikona. Okay. So definitely it can show that you will spend a lot of energy in fulfilling your own ambition also. You'll really have to make a lot of efforts. Obstacles also can come in attaining your ambition in life, in fulfilling or in reaching the goals that you have set for yourself in life. But you will have to make a lot of efforts to fulfill your goals, your desires and ambition in life. If you are hardworking, if you have willpower, you can really achieve your goals. That's possible. And you can come out of all those struggles and problems that you're going to face after marriage also. It's possible. So all these things we can say when you have this placement. Now let's move on to the 12th Lord in the 4th house. 4th house is part of the Moksha trine. Okay. It is the house originally ruled by Moon, where you have the sign of Cancer. What will happen now? Some conflicts with your partner may be connected with your emotions. I mean, it may be connected with the fact that your person is not able to connect with you emotionally. That's possible. So there are conflicts now in the 4th house. So 12th Lord in the 4th house. After marriage, all that problems, struggles that you'll have to face now. You and your partner, both of you, whatever you'll have to face now, that can affect your domestic life, the peace of your house, the peace, the state of peace and harmony that should prevail in the house, that may get negatively impacted because of that struggle, conflicts with partner, or all those problems and challenges which you may have to face after being in a committed relationship or marriage, that can disrupt the peace of your home. That's possible. After marriage, again, what will happen now? You may also notice that you are eventually getting distanced from your mother. It's possible. Or those conflicts which are happening with your person, they may be because of the mother, or some mother figure may be involved. Because of that person, the conflicts are taking place. The conflicts may be connected to some property issue after marriage. That's also possible. Alright. So you really have to make a lot of efforts to now restore peace and harmony within your own home, to make sure that the peace prevails. You'll have to make a lot of efforts now after your marriage. Okay. So do some meditation. That's going to help you. If you do some meditation, you will remain calm, composed, patient, tolerant, and that will enable you to deal with all those problems, struggles, conflicts in a better way. And if you can deal with them in a better way, there will be peace eventually at home. Alright? So yeah, all these things. 12th Lord in the 4th house, part of the Moksha trine, 4th house. So do some charity, be compassionate. If you're charitable to the downtrodden, to the unprivileged, their blessings will go a long way in, helping you live in a peaceful environment within your home. So do some charity, be compassionate. That's very important. Yes, friends, please don't mind. I'm just taking a little bit of black tea because I know it's going to be a long, somewhat long session. All right. So all those things. But the problems that are going to now, that you're going to face in the relationship, they may be because you feel that your person is not able to connect with you emotionally, or your emotional temperaments are very different. You are different you have different emotional temperaments and you don't connect with each other emotionally at times, you may feel. So that could be a problem in the relationship also. And as I told you, some conflict over some real estate property issue or any kind of assets. So they may be the cause of some conflict after marriage. So not necessary that conflict has to be with your partner, but you may get into conflict with in-laws or with anyone else also because of property issues. That's possible. Okay. Or maybe you will have to struggle hard to gain some property or to build some asset for yourself. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a plot of land, and you have to struggle a lot. It's possible. So all that we can say when the Lord of the 12th house goes to the 4th house of your birth chart, Lagna chart or moon chart. Alright. Now let's go to the next placement. The 12th Lord of your birth chart in the 5th house. 5th house is originally in the chart of the cosmic man. You have the sign of Leo, ruled by Sun. So ego clashes could be there in the relationship, possible after marriage. Your principles, your value system, your own values that you want to cling on to, those values are very different from those of your partners. Your partner's values and your values may clash. Your principles may clash. It's possible. So again, there could be ego clash in the relationship. That's possible. You'll have to make a lot of efforts to, maybe, you have to really make a lot of efforts to rise in life. That also it can show. After your marriage or after you're in a committed relationship, you may face problems, various kinds of problems. You may also have problems with your children. That's possible. Or having difficulties in childbirth. That's possible. Because you're not able to conceive a child, now you may be into conflict with your person. That is also possible. Because of the difficulty in conceiving a child. Now there's problems with partner, with in-laws. That is also possible. Or the child could be responsible also for the kind of struggle that you're facing after your marriage. The child may not be well. The child may be unwell. So you're facing a lot of, you are facing a lot of challenges. It's possible. You're dealing with your child's ill health or maybe problems with the child. Conflicts with the child also. It's possible. And also you may feel that because of your marriage now, or because now you're in a committed relationship, your education somehow has suffered a lot. You may feel that obstacles you have to encounter in education, obstacles in attaining education. Alright, so that's possible. Can you just close the door? Okay. So yeah. And all these things, even you make travel plans and all, you may encounter obstacles. You want to travel to a foreign land, but you may encounter obstacles. Such things can also happen. Obstacles in education, all these things can happen. In getting recognition because of your work, all these things can happen. Now, what is the remedy now? Remember, 12th Lord is in the 5th house. 5th house is also the house of name, fame, recognition. Okay? So, that means definitely success, name, fame, recognition. Now, that means what? If you really make efforts, you will be able to gain success. But for that, 12th Lord energy is there in the 5th house. So you really have to make a lot of efforts now. A lot of efforts to become successful, to gain success, to gain recognition, name and fame. If you really want to gain that, you have to make a lot of efforts. So that's what you have to remember. When the 12th house Lord goes to the 5th house. If you travel to a foreign land for your education also, maybe that will give you good results. We are talking about the Prarabdha Karma after marriage. So some people, they continue to study even after marriage also. So you can do that also even after you get into a committed relationship. Or if your education is somehow connected, the field of your education, if it is somehow connected to psychology, if it is connected to any sort of research, investigation, technology, then you will get very good results. So, all that we can say. And really making a lot of efforts to, acquire education, to gain certain creative skills or acquire creative skills or to enhance your creative skills. You really have to make a lot of efforts for that. So all that we can say. Now, what else, friends? So, definitely, again, if you're connected with some foreign based company, you can gain name, fame, recognition, definitely, all that we know. And also, maybe if you consider doing certain investments and all, that can help you become successful eventually. If you really make efforts to invest your money in some good scheme or policy, that you can benefit from that. On all of that you should consider. So yeah, but nevertheless problems can be there. You'll have to face them now. Okay, so Prarabdha Karma of your marriage or committed relationship, so that Prarabdha Karma, the Lord of that house of Prarabdha Karma that is the 12th Lord, is coming to the house of the good deeds of your past life. So you see, and 5th house is also connected, definitely 5th and 9th, they are both connected to your fortune. So somehow you will have to deal with all of that in this life now. Okay, so if some benefics are aspecting the 5th house, then you will have the blessings of the divine and you will be able to deal with all of that in this life. You will be able to deal with all problems, difficulties. If benefics are not connected, then you will have to make a lot of efforts. You yourself will have to make a lot of efforts now to deal with all those conflicts, struggles, problems that you may have to face after your marriage or after being in a committed relationship. Okay? So all that we can say, friends. Alright, now let's move on to the 6th house. Friends, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do subscribe and press the all notification bell. And do not miss the introduction of the video. The introduction of the video is very important, friends. It's very important. Alright, 6th house. Interesting. The 12th Lord has come to the 6th house. This is a Viparit Raj Yoga, we know. So, what will happen now? The Prarabdha Karma of your marriage or committed relationship has come to the 6th house. 6th house is your own Prarabdha Karma. Okay, just as the 12th house is the Prarabdha Karma of your spouse, partner, or Prarabdha Karma of your marriage or relationship, that is the 6th house, that is the 12th house. 6th house is your own Prarabdha Karma. That means 12th Lord has come now to the 6th house. So even if you face problems, challenges, conflicts will be there. You will have to face. So it is your Prarabdha now that you will have to deal with all of that conflicts, because it is in the 6th house. And 6th house matters we cannot avoid. So whatever you're going to face after marriage, that's going to be very important for you in this life. And that you have to go through, because it is in your 6th house now. But what will happen, because 6th house is also a dusthana. It is also the house of obstacles and problems. So even if you face those difficulties, problems, challenges, struggles, somehow you'll be able to deal with that. But yes, you will have to face all of that. After marriage, there could be a lot of conflicts with the spouse. Yes, conflicts, problems with the spouse. Definitely it can be there. You'll have to deal with all of that. That is your Prarabdha also. You'll have to deal with all of that. All the conflicts, struggles, problems with your partner, with your in-laws, with your family, with problems with your own finances. Maybe, any kind of job struggle. All that you have to face now. Okay? So, but somehow you'll be able to deal with them. That means, because it is a sort of Viparit Raj Yoga. So those things, those obstacles, those challenges which you now will have to face, those obstacles themselves have gone to the house of obstacles, because 12th Lord is in the 6th house. So somehow, even if you are into conflicts with your spouse, if you're facing, even if financial crisis you may face also, any kind of struggle you may face after your marriage or after being in a committed relationship, but somehow, those things will not be able to weigh you down totally. But yes, you will have to face them. You have to face them. Using your intelligence and hard work. Because 6th house, remember, is in the Kalpurusha Kundali, it's ruled by Mercury, the sign of Virgo. Your analytical power, your hard work, your ability to go to the depth of things and work hard and face the struggle. So if you're ready to do all of that, you will easily come out of that. You'll snap out of all that troubles, conflicts. Eventually, it will take time. Because we know that its 6th house is also an upachaya bhava. So things will happen, but it will take some time. You have to have patience. So you will come out if you are really making efforts, and if you are really working hard towards resolving all those conflicts and problems that you have with your partner or with others in your profession. Whatever conflicts you have, if you're determined that no, I will go to the depth of things, I will analyze things well, I will do proper analysis, I'll really work hard, really make efforts, then you will definitely come out of your problems. Yes. Okay? So that's what. So this is comparatively a better placement. A better placement. Those obstacles which you are supposed to face after your marriage or after being in that committed relationship, those obstacles and challenges which you face, they also have gone to the house of obstacles now. So those obstacles now, they will not be able to totally weigh you down. Okay? And you will be able to come out victorious also, if you are ready to face those obstacles and challenges. If you're really ready to face them by using your own intelligence, and if you're ready to make efforts, and you will definitely come out of those problems eventually also. But yes, you will have to continue making efforts, because 6th house is the house of efforts. Now your spouse, because 12th Lord has come to the 6th house. No, it is even for you also. After marriage, after marriage or after being in committed relationship, if you think of moving into occult, it's good for you. If you move into gaining occult knowledge, that is good for you. That is doing that on a day-to-day basis, because 6th house is the house of your daily work, routine work. So now your job. So your job is connected to something which is any field of work which is connected to anything hidden, secretive, hidden knowledge, secretive knowledge. So occult knowledge, technology, even psychology. So if you are connected to all of that, and if you're really making efforts in all of those fields, you will also get good results. That is your daily routine work, your daily job. If it is connected to psychological practices, occult practices, spiritual practices, research, investigation, you'll do well. If you are working for some foreign-based company, you'll do well. If you are on a daily basis, if you are, somebody who's into stocks, shares, investments, you do that as a full-time job, you'll do well. All that. Now let's move on to the next placement. What will happen when, friends, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do subscribe and hit the all notification bell. What will happen when the 12th Lord will go to the 7th house? So all that conflicts which you may face after your marriage, they may be somehow connected to the physical or sexual relationship also which you have with your partner. That is possible. So because 12th Lord has gone to the 7th house, so maybe the conflicts with your person or whatever you're facing, those conflicts may revolve around the physical relationship that you have with your person. That's possible. Maybe the native may not be sexually satisfied with their partner. It's possible. So that dissatisfaction, frustration could be the cause of conflicts with the partner. It's possible. If the 12th lord goes to the 7th house, all right, and if it is aspected by, say, a benefic Venus or some, because it is the house of intimate relationship. So yeah. Also, 7th house is also the house of relationship. So the kind of relationship that you have with your partner, everything. 7th house involves all sorts of give and take with your partner. The way you communicate with your partner, how you deal with your partner, and also it also covers the sexual relationship, definitely also. So now what will happen? That means if it has the aspect of a benefic, especially like Venus, okay, or maybe a benefic moon for that matter, then definitely it can show that you can have great intimacy with your partner after marriage, or after you're in a committed relationship. It can show that you'll have great physical chemistry, you'll have great physical intimacy with your partner. If that is the situation, then it is good for the alliance or partnership. Alright? Otherwise, there could be also dissatisfaction, especially if planets, some malefics are involved in this placement. They're connected to the 12th lord, or they're placed in the 7th house also. Then what will happen? Dissatisfaction. Malefics like Rahu, it can push somebody towards infidelity. They can seek love outside their committed relationship. All that can also happen when the 12th lord is somehow connected with malefics in the 7th house. So all these possibilities are there. 7th house is part of the Kama Trikona, the trine of desires, material desires. 7th house is that house. 12th lord is there. So you have to make efforts to fulfill your ambition. After your marriage, you cannot expect to forget your ambition also. You have to go on making efforts, because it is in the 7th house of desires also. So you have to go on making efforts so that your desires get fulfilled. Alright? It could be any sort of desires, material desires. It could be the desire for gaining wealth, prosperity. So for all of that, you have to make efforts now. You have to really make efforts. It's possible. Now, it can show that you may do some sort of business, maybe some trading for your business. You may travel abroad. It's possible. You will have to spend a lot of energy in dealing with people, in interacting with people. It's possible. But you have to spend a lot of energy in dealing with people. Whether you're into job, whether you're into business, whether you're doing anything independently, you will have to invest your energy there. Only then you can fulfill all your desires, material desires. And if you want the fulfillment of sexual desires, then yes, you will have to connect with your partner. And you will really have to also make efforts to invest your energy in this relationship with your partner. Maybe you are also very supportive, very cooperative, and you always support your partner no matter what, then your partner can also respond to you positively, and then maybe both of you can have great understanding and great intimacy also. So for that, you'll have to now invest your energy in the relationship. You'll have to make a lot of efforts to connect with your partner in the relationship. Then that will lead to fulfillment of sexual desires also, that you want your partner to fulfill. So you will also have to make efforts to fulfill their desires. It's a two-way traffic. So all that we can say. Now let's move on to the next placement. Friends, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do subscribe. And press the all notification bell. Alright. And do not miss the introduction of the video. It's very important, friends. Alright. Now, what else we can say when the 12th Lord is going to the 8th house? Alright. All the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage or partnership has gone to the 8th house. The house of ending and ultimate loss. Really? What can it mean? It can mean a number of things, but two things right now are coming to my mind. One thing is that, and that is positive, is that all those obstacles, problems, struggles, challenges, trials, tribulations that you will have to face after marriage or being in marital relationship or committed relationship with somebody, so all that will somehow come to an end because it's the 8th house. So if all those struggles, problems in the relationship, maybe you'll have to face them, but eventually they will take a back seat, or not just back seat, they will be over because it's the 8th house. So eventually they will be totally annihilated. Alright, so that is an indication. So you will have to deal with all that. Perhaps you will have to deal with them, because this is also again a Viparit Raj Yoga, the 12th Lord in the 8th house. So all that, problems which you faced, all kinds of crises that you faced after marriage or after being in committed relationship. It could be relationship crisis, financial crisis, family crisis, all sort of problems, You'll have to face them first. Face them with the energy of Mars, because 8th house is the sign of Scorpio in the Kalpurush Kundli. So that fighting spirit you must have. That intuition you must have. That analytical power you must have to deal with all those problems. Alright. Then eventually you'll come out of them. And you can move towards self-realization also. Because 8th house, remember, sign of Scorpio, water sign. And 12th Lord is also the Lord of the house of spirituality now. Both the houses of intuition, compassion, spirituality, they are coming together. So you can eventually move towards meditation, occult, spiritual practices, occult practices. You can be an astrologer. You can do all of that. You can get into healing practices. You can be a healer. You can be a psychologist, psychological counselor, psychological healer, and psychologist. So that's also possible. So, but yes, initially you'll have to go through a lot of problems, maybe, especially after your marriage. And eventually, you will realize that it is meaningless to indulge in such conflicts and struggles. These struggles are very small actually, and they are kind of baseless. I have to move towards higher things. That realization may dawn upon you. Alright? So even while remaining in the institution of marriage, that realization may dawn upon you, and you may be eventually, you may get detached to some extent from all these worldly trivial matters, and you may seek isolation, and you may move towards meditation, spiritual practices. It's possible. That is possible. Or what else can happen? Or I can say that you may even move out of the institution of marriage. That's also possible. Why? Because you see, the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage or partnership, which is the 12th house, the 12th Lord is going to the 8th house. So whatever Prarabdha Karma you were supposed to face because of your marriage, partnership, now everything is going to finally end. 8th house is the house where everything is totally gone. Everything is maybe burned to ashes, and it's not there anywhere. Because 8th house is also the house of the cremation ground in a way. Everything has been burned down to ashes. So that can also show that you may no longer be in that marital relationship also. It can even indicate that. So all that give and take with your partner, all that which you had to face, all those conflicts you had to face, and finally you are totally out of everything. It's over now. It can also show that. Either you will remain in the institution of marriage and you will get detached somehow. You will move towards meditation, or in isolation you will do some research, investigation, some sort of creative practices you will do, or you may be in quest of knowledge, any kind of knowledge. It's possible. Or you may totally move out of the institution of marriage, and because all that karma with your partner is like totally settled, you may feel that I'm done, and there may be a point in time when you may feel that the relationship may not even exist also, because all that is over now. All that struggle is totally over, because you yourself, you're out of the relationship, out of that committed relationship. That also it can show. Now let's move on to what will happen when what else? I think all that 8th house is part of the moksha trine. So this is a very good placement. Even after your marriage or after being in committed relationship, you should do meditation, charity. It's going to be very good for you. You can consider making 12th Lord in the 8th house. Alright. So charity. You should believe in charity, meditation, spiritual practices. So they will give you peace of mind, actually. Alright? Okay. Now let's move on to the next house. Friends, let's move on to the 9th house. What will happen when the 12th Lord is in your 9th house? Okay. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then do subscribe, friends, and hit the all notification bell. And do not miss the introduction of the video. Now it has come to the 9th house. That means you will have to face all those struggles, problems, challenges that will come up in your life after marriage or after being in committed relationship. You will have to face all of that in this life, because it is the 9th house of your fortune or even destiny which you have to face. You'll have to face all of that. It's your fortune in this life. So that is your lot now. You will have to face that. 9th house is also a house. It is part of the dharma trine, your principles, your values that you cling on to, you hold on to. So some conflicts may revolve around the values that you have, the values that you own or possess. So you and your partner may have different temperaments altogether, different value systems. So that could be the cause of the clash or conflict. It's possible. Ego clashes in the relationship. Alright. Whenever you go to undertake foreign travel, you may experience obstacles also. Initially, you may experience obstacles. That also it shows, especially after your marriage. Whenever you go to undertake travel, you may encounter obstacles. But yes, it also shows that you can settle down in a foreign land. You really have to make efforts to move to you'll have to make efforts to move to travel to foreign land, and you can eventually settle down in a foreign land. It can show that. You can, after your marriage also, you have to remember that you can become fortunate if you are really making efforts to gain knowledge, to showcase or enhance your creativity. If you're imparting knowledge, if you are also if you're making efforts to undertake foreign travel, if you are doing some sort of investments, you can become fortunate. Some long-term investments or all kinds of investments can benefit you. But yes, intelligent, well thought out investments, they can benefit you. And also, maybe somehow, if you're connected to some foreign based company, if you have foreign clients, you're dealing with foreign people, if you travel to a foreign land, all that can make you fortunate. Yes. If you're moving towards gaining knowledge, sharing your knowledge, or even occult knowledge. If you're moving towards research, investigation, technology, occult knowledge, you can become fortunate. If you're moving towards psychology, healing, you can become fortunate. Even technology. So all that can make you fortunate. Any profession which is connected to investigation, research, it could be the profession of law, it could be the profession of medical science, engineering, anything. It could be the profession connected to the study of psychology, occult, and so on. All that will enable you. Also, if you are connected to spiritual practices, meditation, yoga, healing, you can become fortunate. So you can move towards all these things, any of these fields, you can move towards them, especially after your marriage or after being in committed relationship. If you move towards all of that or any of that, you can become fortunate. Alright? So focus on your knowledge, your creativity, your intuition. Focus on imparting knowledge also to people. Instead of, getting into conflicts or ego clashes with your person. So shift the focus from there to attaining your own life purpose, your identity. Okay? Because 9th house is part of the Dharma trine. It is the trine of the trine of yourself also, in a way. Your dharma, your duty, even your identity also. So you should stick to gaining knowledge. You should make efforts to gain knowledge. That is how you will become fortunate. Gain knowledge. With knowledge comes wisdom. You'll be able to have a balanced sense of judgment. Okay? And then definitely when you have knowledge and wisdom, you'll be able to deal with your partner also in a better way. Then all these ego clashes or all these relationship problems or conflicts, they will seem very trivial to you. Alright. And 12th Lord in the 9th house. 12th Lord is also connected to charity, to letting go, forgiving others. When you adopt such an attitude, you're ready to forgive others, you're ready to let go, you're ready to surrender yourself to the divine, you're ready to be devoted to your goals, ambition also. You're devoted, because 12th Lord is a planet which is connected with your efforts, your energy. And 9th house is also the house of your goals. Okay? Your optimism, the knowledge that you have, the goals that you want to attain in life, that also are seen from the 9th house. Your life goals, your life purpose. So focus on all of that. Focus on fulfilling your life purpose with the help of your knowledge, or by gaining knowledge, by gaining insights into reality with the help of the knowledge that you have. So that will take you a long way in becoming successful, actually. It is self-realization. 12th Lord, remember, in the 9th house. So when you attain self-realization, when you go to the depth of things and analyze everything, and you figure out what should be your life purpose, how you can, establish your identity, from that moment, that will be the point of awakening in your life, even enlightenment. And you will see that you will easily be able to come out of all relationship problems also eventually, when you focus on establishing your identity and attaining your life purpose. Alright? Now let's move on to what will happen when the 12th Lord will be in the 10th house. So 12th Lord, problems, conflicts after your marriage or after being in committed relationship, all those problems may be somehow connected to your profession. Or the problems that you're going to face in life after being in committed relationship or marriage, those problems will affect your profession negatively. It can show that also. Difficulty in maintaining work life and family life balance. So that can disrupt the peace and harmony in the relationship. That is also possible. Friends, please subscribe to the channel and press the all notification bell. And do not miss the introduction of the video. So somehow the profession can be responsible for the problems in the relationship. You are not being able to manage your work life, a lot of workload. You're not being able to give proper time to family, not being able to balance things out, possible. You are so much tired, you're traveling so much maybe because of your work, just an example. So you're not able to do justice to your own household issues and family matters. Maybe you're not able to give time to your partner. It's also possible. Also, it can show that your profession may suffer. After your marriage, you may have to leave your job now, because you have to now be there at home to look after the house after your marriage or after being in committed relationship. You have to look after your house, you'll have to look after your child maybe. So you cannot afford to now go out, so your job life may suffer, your career may suffer. You'll have to make a sort of compromise that, okay, maybe you'll have to compromise on your career aspirations, career goals. And it won't be possible for you to continue with your work. Maybe that's also possible. All right. So either your career will suffer because of your marriage or partnership, or you'll have a difficult time. It'll be very challenging for you to maintain that balance between your work life and family life or personal life. That's possible. Now, yeah, so all these things we can say when the 12th Lord is in the 10th house. You'll have to make a lot of efforts to do well in your profession. If your profession is connected to anything which is connected to the 12th Lord is connected to technology, research, investigation, occult, like astrology. It's connected to psychology. It's connected to the profession of law, medical science also. If your profession is connected to any of that, chartered accountancy, even if your profession is connected to language, somehow you're into editing, or some language field. Maybe you're teaching language, maybe you are editing in a certain language. So language is also connected to the 12th Lord. Okay, so any of these fields could be connected to the 12th house energy. So when the 12th Lord is in the 10th house, if your profession is connected to all of that, if it's connected to investments, you'll do very well. Or if because of your profession you have moved to a foreign land, you'll get good results. You're dealing with foreign clients, you're working in a foreign based company, you'll get good results. Your profession is connected to investments, systematic investments, all kinds of intelligent investments, you'll get good results. So all of that, friends, when the 12th Lord will be in the 10th, you'll have to really make efforts to do well in your profession. You'll get very good results if you go to the depth of things, analyze things, do proper research, investigation in any field, whether it is occult, technology, anything, you'll get good results. All right, doing a lot of research in the field of language or any field. Language itself is connected to the 12th house energy. So yeah, any language for that matter. So even coding is connected to 12th Lord energy. So all that will give you good results. But yes, all these things you may have to face. All right. You may be you may find yourself at a crossroads also at times, and you may think, oh my God, what do I do? Do I choose my career? Do I choose my partner? Am I going to give priority to my career? Should I give priority to my domestic life or home life? My family life? Especially women, they really need to struggle a lot, because especially if there is a child they have to look after, or if maybe there is anyone at home, any elderly parent who needs attention, care, then they may have a difficult time managing their work life and personal life. All these things can happen. So yeah, but then if you really make efforts to do well in your work life, you will get good results. You have to spend a lot of energy now to do well in your profession or to maintain your profession. Okay, so it can also show change of profession, leaving the profession for some reason. It can show all of that also, and all these things can happen after your marriage as well, or after you be in a committed relationship as well. So 10th house is the house of karma. So you will have to deal with the Prarabdha Karma. You'll have to deal with the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage. That is the karma of this life. 10th house is the house of karma. So that is your karma, that you have to deal with the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage. So all those problems, challenges, struggles that you'll have to face after your marriage, or because of your marriage, or because of being in committed relationship, you'll have to deal with all of that. Okay? Deal with all of that in a very structured, systematic way, because 10th house, remember, is the house of Saturn, and it is part of the Earth trine. So making efforts, hard work, being structured, disciplined. So when you approach all those problems that you're facing in life after marriage in a systematic way, in a structured way, when you're really ready to make efforts and work hard towards resolving those conflicts and problems, then you will be able to resolve those issues and problems. So that's what. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 12th Lord will be in the 11th house. So again, 11th house is the house of gains. So gains that you're going to reap in this life also. So you will now have to face the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage. You have to face. That is what you have gained in this life. Because of being in committed relationship with somebody, or because of your marriage, you'll have to now deal with all the problems, obstacles. That's what you have gained now. Because of that relationship that you're in. Now you have to be ready to face all those challenges and problems. Yes. So, a lot of obstacles may come along your way in attaining your ambition in life. You may feel that, especially after marriage or after being in committed relationship, that I'm facing a lot of challenges, obstacles. But again, if benefics are aspecting the 11th house or the 12th Lord, then maybe you may also get good results after your marriage. It's possible. Benefics are there, or some benefic is aspecting. It's a beneficial planet. Then maybe after marriage, you may get a job and your life may change. Alright, that is possible. Though again, that job may have its own, it will have its own share of problems. I mean, when you're into a job, you will have to have certain commitments, and all that will be there. You'll have to maintain that work life and personal life balance. So everything will be there, but nevertheless, if benefics are somehow aspecting the 11th house or the 12th Lord, then even if you have to face problems, challenges, somehow you may gain from your endeavors, and that you may gain after being in a committed relationship also. It's possible if benefics are associated with the 11th house. I'll quickly just close the door, friends. Give me just a moment, okay? Alright, I'm sorry for the interruption, friends. Okay. So, yeah. That means now you will have to deal with, because it's 11th house. Okay, it is in a way the fruit of your karma in this life. So that means you will have to deal. There is no escaping from the problems, trials, tribulations, difficulties, issues, conflicts that you may have even with your partner, with your in-laws. Any sort of conflicts may come into your life. Some conflict over some property issue, some conflict with your family members, financial crisis. Anything may come up after your marriage, and you will have to deal with all of that. Yes, that is what you will have to deal with, because it's in the 11th house. Alright, but nevertheless, 12th Lord is the planet which is connected with spending of energy and making efforts. If you're really making efforts to deal with all that issues and problems, you have to really make efforts. Problems, conflicts, struggle, challenges will be there. So whatever is there, especially if benefic is not there to help you out in the 11th house, then you will have to deal, or not aspecting the 11th house also, then you will have to deal with all of that. If you're not ready to deal with all of that, then again, what will happen? Even the relationship with your partner, that may not even survive. If you're not able to make proper efforts, and especially if a malefic like Rahu, I call Rahu a malefic if Rahu is not well placed. If Rahu's dispositor is not well placed, then yeah, it will be a malefic. And whatever Rahu, no matter how Rahu's dispositor is placed, Rahu is a planet which causes illusion, confusion initially always. And it will magnify those things also for you. So all those problems, challenges that you may face after marriage, somehow if Rahu is linked to the 11th house, all those problems may suddenly seem so big. Later on, and they may seem so big, you may enter into huge conflicts. The relationship may come to an end. You may have to go through a divorce. And later on, it's very strange. Later on, you will realize, eventually, as you mature, with maturing age, eventually you'll realize that those problems were actually trivial. But yes, that's what happens when you marry at an early age. That's why I always keep telling you. Always we should, everyone should consider getting married at a mature age, after you have attained certain maturity. Otherwise, Rahu, can trouble you like anything. Because Rahu, you've got a placement of Rahu in this life. Because Rahu wants to cause confusion, illusion. Rahu wants to trouble you. Right? And when we don't have that maturity of age and experience, we don't know how to deal with Rahu. We don't know how to outsmart Rahu. That's the problem. So that's what you have to know. So, yeah, and along, it's something which is painful actually. So you may even come out of that relationship and committed relationship or marriage, and eventually you may kind of think that, oh my God, I could have dealt with it. It was not that difficult. I had fought over things that were actually very trivial. But at that point of time in life, those things seem to be so big, so huge, and and you were weighed down under the pressure of those things, and you were thinking, oh my God, I'm suffocating, I can't deal with them, I have to come out of this relationship. Rahu magnifies those things for you and causes that illusion. Because Rahu wants to trouble you. It is a very karmic placement. So because of some past life karma, so you have that placement of Rahu. Rahu will now cause illusion. It will say if it is placed in your 11th house, and if your 12th Lord is in the 11th house, so Rahu will make those problems seem very big. And you will think, you'll be under that illusion. You will feel that, oh my God, I cannot overcome these problems. I have to come out of them. And so it can even lead to a dissolution of the marriage, or the marriage may end in a divorce or separation. That's definitely possible. So yeah, all these things. But again, if benefics are there, then definitely the situation can be handled maybe. And you will also eventually realize that yes, after my marriage, good things have happened to me. After I have been in committed relationship, good things have happened and my life has changed for the better. Yes, there are issues, problems every now and then, or sometimes they come up, but I will deal with them. So that will happen if benefics are there. And yeah, and anyway you will get good results, because 11th house is the house of gains. If you move towards gaining occult knowledge, spiritual practices, you will get good results. Yoga, meditation, psychology, chartered accountancy, technology, investments, you do investments, you'll get good results. If you move to a foreign land, after marriage, you'll gain from that alliance or from that shift in your life. After marriage you have moved to a foreign place. That will be a good thing. You can gain from that settlement in a foreign land. So all that is also possible. So yeah, any sort of healing, if you're into healing, occult practices, psychology, all that can help you gain also. If you stick to all of that even after your marriage, you will eventually gain from such knowledge and practices. Be charitable. If you believe in charity, you will gain divine blessings, and you will gain prosperity in life if you believe in charity also. Now let's move on to the final placement. What will happen when the 12th Lord goes to the 12th house itself? 12th house is the house of Moksha Trine. It's part of the Moksha Trine. The 12th Lord is in its own house, 12th house only. So it's a very good indication that after marriage, if you stick to charity, selfless service, you're helping people, social service, reaching out to the downtrodden, unprivileged, doing some charity, helping people in orphanages, old age homes, then definitely you will gain from such practices. You will gain insights into reality, and you will gain spiritual knowledge, and it's very good for you. It's very good for moving towards a spiritual path. That's very good. All the problems, difficulties, challenges, struggle, conflicts that you may be engaged in with your partner, with your in-laws, or with your profession, all those problems that may have come up in your life after being in committed relationship or marriage, all those problems also may eventually disappear, because this is again a Viparit Raj Yoga, the 12th Lord in the 12th house. But yes, you will have to face them. You'll have to face those challenges. You'll have to take them in your stride somehow. You'll have to face them. And if you're ready to face them with patience, if you're ready to let go of things, if you're ready to, somehow deal with them using your power of intuition, emotional sensitivity, then you will come out of those problems eventually. Because all those problems, all those difficulties will now finally disappear, because Viparit Raj Yoga. So that Prarabdha Karma of your marriage, which is shown by the 12th Lord, has gone to the 12th house of loss. So all those things will eventually disappear. You must have patience. That's it. It's very important for you to have patience. Then they will disappear. But if you get impatient, then definitely there will be problems. You must have patience. That is why getting married at a mature age is very important. Getting married, settling down with somebody, being in a committed relationship with someone after you attain a certain age of maturity, that's very important. Then you have that ability to, tolerate things. You have that power of endurance, tolerance, patience. You have that power of letting go of things. You have that power of forgiving others, being kind, merciful, compassionate to others. So then you will be kind to your partner, and all those problems in the relationship will eventually take a back seat and will finally come to an end even. All those conflicts you had with your partner will eventually seem to be very trivial and small, and you will rise above them and move towards your inner self, realization of your inner self through meditation, spiritual practices, through research, investigation. You may be in isolation, you may focus on your work. So 12th house is the house of isolation. 12th Lord is energy, spending of energy, resources. Spend your energy in isolation, in gaining spiritual knowledge, any kind of knowledge, doing research, investigation. It can also show that you may definitely, 12th Lord is in its own house, 12th house. So definitely, the Prarabdha Karma of marriage, after marriage, it may be possible for you to settle down in a foreign land also. That's possible. So that is the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage, that after marriage, if you get the opportunity to settle down in a foreign land, you should take up that opportunity. Alright? So this is a very good placement for spiritual practices, research, investigation, technology again. So this is a very good placement for moving into any of these fields. You will get good results. Because you're spending your energy in all 12th house matters, then you will get good results. Okay? But if you don't know how to spend your energy, if you're spending your energy in unnecessary conflicts and all, then all that energy may be wasted. So don't waste your time, energy and resources in dealing with conflicts with your partner or in-laws. Come out of them. These are small, trivial things which you have to realize. Wake up to the truth. Yes, so try to realize your inner self. 12th house is the house of your subconscious mind. So make efforts in connecting with your inner self. Okay? Your inner self also. It shows 12th house is not just your subconscious mind, but also your inner self. Okay? So even also I have seen that 12th Lord in the 12th house. So the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage is now in the 12th house of bed pleasures. So even if you have great physical relationship with your partner, if you have great intimacy, if you have a wonderful private life with your partner wherein you have great sexual intimacy with your partner or spouse, then it's going to be good for the relationship. Yes. So a very intimate relationship with your spouse, a very intimate relationship. Okay, you're able to intuitively connect with your partner and both of you have great intimacy, then that is going to be good for the marriage or partnership. Okay, that is the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage, that you have to have healthy, intimate relationship with your spouse. And it has to be both ways. Your spouse also has to maintain a healthy, intimate sexual relationship with you. If that is there, then definitely it's good for the committed relationship or marital relationship. Okay? Otherwise, no, it can, what will happen if, a sense of detachment will be there. If that healthy intimacy is not there, that healthy intimacy with your spouse can also transform your life actually. If that is not there, then okay, some detachment with the spouse. Okay. But if benefics are aspecting the 12th house, then that spiritual connection will be somehow maintained with your spouse. If benefics are not aspecting, malefic is aspecting, like Rahu is in the 12th house, you may be very much detached, conflicts with the spouse. The problems, that you're facing after marriage, they may seem to be huge because 12th Lord in the 12th house, but you will have to face those problems. So eventually you may come out of those problems, but initially they will seem to be very huge. You will think you will be at a loss how to deal with them because Rahu magnifies everything. So Rahu is not a good planet there in the 12th house again. Secretive relationship with someone you may develop because you're not happy with your partner in bed. So secretive relationship with someone else. That is not again a healthy thing for the marriage. That's not good. It can disrupt the marital peace. It can disrupt the harmony with your partner. Your family life can be disrupted even. So yeah. So all that can also happen. So that is why if benefics are there, it's always good. You're able to forgive your partner. Even if you're not sexually satisfied, you may let go of things and you may think it's all right. It's okay, let me let go of all of that and let me realize that after all we have a spiritual connection and we have to be there for each other. We have to stick to each other no matter what. So that realization you will have, that maturity, the level of maturity perhaps. Unless you're in an abusive relationship, then you should not endure abuse or violence. If they are treating you in a bad way or in a violent way, then you should not endure all of that. Otherwise, if it's only the question of not being sexually satisfied, maybe along with maturity people rise above those things and they realize that after all it's a spiritual connection with my spouse and I have to somehow be there. And especially if a child is involved in the relationship, then you may somehow have to maintain, you may feel that no, you are kind of impelled to be in this relationship, at least for the sake of the child. You may think that way if benefics are involved in the 12th house, somehow associated with the 12th house, and it can save your marriage or committed relationship. Or else there can be problems, even separation. That also can happen, especially if malefics are associated. So all these things, friends, but yeah, nevertheless, it's a very good placement because the 12th Lord is in its own house itself. This is a Viparit Raj Yoga. So initially problems, conflicts, struggles, but you have to have patience. That's it. It's a house of Jupiter in the Kalpurusha chart. So you have to have patience, you have to have knowledge, you have to have the ability to forgive others, let go, have mercy for others, be kind-hearted, forgiving. Then you will see, that eventually you will rise above all those problems, trials, tribulations, conflicts, struggles that you faced after marriage or after being in committed relationship. You will come out of all those problems eventually. You will come out of them eventually. This is Viparit Raj Yoga. But you have to have patience. Your patience will be tested. You have to make efforts to even connect with your person. Then only maybe, if you are able to intuitively connect with your person, then maybe they can have a healthy, intimate relationship also with you. So you have to understand that. Alright? So all these things, and nevertheless, this is a wonderful placement because 12th Lord in its own house is always powerful. So if you get the opportunity to move to a foreign land and settle down there, you should take up that opportunity. Alright? Especially after marriage, if you move to a foreign land, it's going to be good for you. If you're connected, somehow if you are connected to any sort of work which has to do with investments, technology, occult practices, research, spiritual practices, then you will get good results when the 12th Lord is in the 12th house, because 12th Lord is the planet which is connected to making efforts, spending energy. So you're spending energy in 12th house matters: occult, research, investigation, healing, psychology, chartered accountancy, investments, or moving to a foreign land and settling down in a foreign land, or dealing with foreign people, foreign clients, if you're dealing with a foreign language or any sort of language for that matter. So all that can give you good results actually. So yes, friends, that was my take on the 12th Lord, the planet which is connected to the Prarabdha Karma of your marriage or committed relationship. So that planet, when it will go to all the different houses, when it will go to all the different 12 houses, what results you're going to get. That's what I tried to cover in this video. If you want personal consultation, you can get in touch with me. And friends, before I wind up, always believe in being charitable, kind, and merciful to the unprivileged. You can donate rice, pulses, wheat, milk to old age homes and orphanages. It's always better to donate food, because if you donate money, you never know, they may even buy non-veg food. So it's better to donate food. and be kind to animals, be compassionate to animals, and be a vegetarian, because animals also, they have the right to live. Thank you, friends. See you next time.